Hey everybody, Bonnie Donahue here with Essential Oils for Moms, and you can find me on my blog, bonniedonahue.com. And I am like super pumped about this story time today. We are here with one of my really good friends and business partners, and just one of my best friends, and she's like the genius behind so many parts of what I do and what she does. And I'm just like really excited that we finally are getting her on here for her to share her story. It's super unique, just like every story, but the awesome wife and mother and business owner and friend is Erin Branscombe, and we have been friends for like 7 years now. We worked together before, and as I started growing my business, I hired Erin to be my personal assistant, and we were working together that way. And then I said, I'm like, if you're going to help me in business, I need you to know everything about the oils, right? And she was very hesitant to like use an oil or try an oil. She didn't think they would work, and I just said, well, you have to. Like, I sent her a whole bunch of stuff, and then I'll let her kind of like lead into that and tell her story. But so that led to one thing that led to another, and now Erin has like multiple amazing stories. So I'm kind of anxious to see like which one she's gonna talk about, or we might have a few stories coming out. I'm just really excited, and Erin's just been a really huge part of my life, and I'm excited to get her in here and sharing her story. So welcome, Erin. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Wow, what an introduction. I don't know who wouldn't be humbled by that.
Oh.
Yeah, so Bonnie and I, we worked together in a previous business together. We've had a lot of business experience growing together. And like she said, she sent me the oils. It wasn't that I didn't think they would work. I just was in such a broken time in my life where I was struggling. I had had a baby. I was struggling with postpartum depression, and if you've ever been in like a situation like that, it's really hard to see yourself come out of it, and it's hard to dig your way out of it. And so it wasn't I didn't think they would work. I just didn't I guess I just couldn't put one step in front of the other by myself, which it was such a blessing that you did send those oils, because that box of oils ended up changing my life. And so many domino effect things have happened since then, just using the oils and doing business with you, that it's been a complete game changer in my life and my family's life. And so I was able to walk that walk with essential oils and postpartum depression. I was able to start feeling myself again and start feeling, I'm trying to be compliant here, trying to feel my body and soul and just my mind, and just feel 100% again. And so that's part of my journey with my level 10 life. Is I realized somewhere along this way I lost myself, and I wasn't living a level 10 life. I wasn't living my best life. And I really wanted to take 2018 and make it my best life. And so I had two huge goals of I wanted to lose half of my body weight, and I wanted to pay off $70,514 worth of debt.
Yeah, I know.
Who does that?
Mhm.
So, well, we're 5 months in, and we've paid off $50,000 worth of debt. And we've used doTERRA to do that. I started a doTERRA business in January and officially launched. And I also had weight loss surgery in December, and I've lost 91 pounds. So in 5 months. So that we're just getting started. It will be fun to see what things are like in December.
I'm so proud of you. I mean,
Thank you.
that's a huge, huge step. And I know at the end we'll tell people about how they can find you, but if anyone does want to follow Erin's journey, I'm going to be posting her YouTube, but she has a YouTube at My Level 10 Life where she shares in depth the struggles and her story, like before, during, the after. But this is going to continue. You're always going to have the after and the after and the after, and
Yeah.
and shares it all there for people who are wanting to go through the same thing. So, okay, so tell us a little bit. Well, first of all, what are your favorite doTERRA products? And how do you love and like use them?
I love the oils. The oils, well, I love everything. That's not true. I love everything. But in the beginning, I didn't even open that box for like a month that you sent. I was so overwhelmed. I didn't know what to do with everything, and I was still in a very fragile area in my life. I needed to heal, and I remember you sent me a book, which I actually have. You sent me the book as a gift.
Everyone needs that book. Oil Bible right there.
Book. And I remember flipping through the book before I ever even opened the oils. And I couldn't believe all the things that oils could do. And I love to like prove things wrong. I'm like, well, let me see if this really works. And so I would use an oil for something and it would work. And then I would, basically my family were my guinea pigs. And I'd say, oh, well, let's try an oil for that. And so I'd look it up in the book and we'd use the oil for that and it would work. And so we just continuously have done that for the past year and a half. And even my husband and kids who thought oils were the weirdest thing ever, they all have their own oils now. They make their own roller balls and they will make their own oils and have their own, they know before they even go to a medicine cabinet, they'll go to the oil drawer. And I love that. I love it. So they've learned right alongside me and it's been a life changer for them too as well. So I would say my top three, like I said, I've used a lot of oils for depression and anxiety and tried to restore my health with that. And
Compliantly.
oh yeah, I'm trying to like not say heal or anything like that. But I love the balance, the serenity, and the citrus bliss. Those are my top three favorites. And those are just uplifting, calming, soothing, and grounding. They just they're powerful. I diffuse them in the car when I have my kids in there and we're running errands or doing car line pickup, and I have them going all over my house all the time. So those I order every month.
Amazing. I love the idea of doing it in the car
Mm-hmm.
because when the kids come home, they're like,
Ah.
letting out their stress maybe that they've had for the day and just kind of keep it calm and kind of restart the day.
Yeah, a safe space to do that. And so I've really tried to create areas in my home where we have salt lamps, we have our diffusers going. We've got, I keep my house really decluttered. We have a very minimalist kind of house. And I try to just keep our spaces peaceful and just, welcoming. So when they are home, they feel good and there's less chaos. And so.
I love it. I love it. I love how, and that's what I hear from so many women, just bringing the oils into your life, it just kind of makes you aware of like so many other parts of your life, like what you just said, just your space, and you want to make room for like the oils, like the salt lamp. Just that's awesome. Literally, that's what so many people are wanting these days. Okay, so let's talk about this really good question. So first you were like, no, I'm not using the oils. And then you were like, okay, I love the oils. And then what brought you to, I want to start a business with the oils? Because you already had a really successful marketing business that you owned. You still work it. I cannot live without you. So I would say that you're that good. But what made you want to transition from being a customer to an advocate?
That is a really good question. I actually waited a full year before transitioning from customer to advocate.
Mm-hmm.
I did not launch a business for a full 12 months. And the reason why is I didn't feel that was where I was in my life at the time. I felt I really listened to where God wants me and where He puts me and what feels good and what feels heavy. And the business at the time felt heavy. And I knew I loved doTERRA and I ordered every month. We own almost every oil. We're just obsessed. We love it all. But I knew in my heart that the business wasn't right for me at the time. And I think there were a lot of reasons why I should have done the business, but I just wasn't ready.
Yep.
I had to feel, I lost a parent. I had a lot of things going on in my life, and I knew if I was going to launch this business, I was going to launch it right, and I was going to feel really good about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think what did it for me was we found out in October that my husband was most likely going to lose his job. And we had just bought a new home and a bigger home, and I would be the sole provider at that point if he lost his job. And for months, we lived in this turmoil that we weren't going to be able to keep our house. And I really thought we were going to lose our house. And I was so scared for my kids. I have 4 kids, and I like lost sleep. I had so much stress, and I knew I could hustle and work and make the money, but I don't want to live like that. I want to work calm and have peace and, not be stressed. And it's really hard to be a content creator when you're stressed.
Right.
Create things when you don't feel good and you're not in a good place.
Right.
So I decided, you know what? I will never live in fear that my family will lose their house again. Never live in that place of fear ever again. I want to live in a place of abundance and not a poverty mindset. And I realized we were living in a poverty mindset. And then I stopped and just stepped back and took a complete inventory of all our finances, everything we were doing, everything we were bringing in, everything that was output and input. And I realized we were so mismanaging our finances. And we could keep that house. In fact, we could not only keep that house, but we could pay off the $70,516 worth of debt so that we would never worry again about not making ends meet, no matter what happened to whose job. And so my husband and I, we just took the bull by the horns. We decided to just annihilate our debt. And that is what we've done. We've sold things. We've sold extra furniture. We started to do Terra business. I started hosting make and take classes. And I started the goal to do 4 a month, which is a lot for me. I work almost full time, and I have 4 kids and a husband, and I maintain our home, and my husband works long hours. So 4 classes was a lot for me, but I knew it was a good goal for me to keep this house and pay off this debt. So I started doing make and take classes, and in one day, I realized I could make $530 in cash.
Which you did.
And and so I realized how powerful doTERRA was and how powerful I could make money for my family. And we had so much overhead in debt at the time that we were paying like $2,000 a month in minimum debt payments, and that was not including our mortgage. So that was like suffocating for my husband and I, and that's why we worried we'd lose our house. And I just knew I was never going to live like that again. And I've told you, we're never living like this again. We will never live like that. And so every penny I've made from my make and take classes, I've reinvested back into my business to do more make and takes, and I've paid every penny to debt. We've been so faithful. Anytime we could make an extra $500, I slammed it to debt. And we have annihilated so much debt. I think after this month, we'll have paid off $52,000.
So proud of you.
Thank you. And so, we also had an investment that was a big chunk, and we realized we could take that and cash. Yeah, we're going to take a hit on it on taxes next year, but we realized we could cash that out. We could slam that to debt too. But we're never going to live in fear again. We're going to live in abundance, and we're going to pray for everything, be grateful for everything, and just share that with others, because I know there's a lot of other people out there that have debt too, and they don't want to live like that either. And, we have big goals and dreams for our family. We want to travel more. We want to have beautiful retirement funds. I don't ever want to worry and have any worry anymore. And I want my kids to go to good schools. And so we just have so many goals. And I realized that not starting a business was not taking action. Was just not taking action. And we were missing out on so much. So had we not started that doTERRA business in January, look at everything that we wouldn't have 5 months later.
Right. I love it. Oh my gosh. Whew, you are like hitting everything. I think so many people listening are going to resonate, and you're going to inspire maybe others that are in that situation right now where they just needed that extra kick to get started. Wow, thank you for sharing all that. I know a lot of that's personal, and I know that you have such a huge heart that you just want to help others. So thank you for sharing that. And I love all your goals. I love your goals. And Erin works really hard, like what she said. She has her own business. She's a busy mom, right? Wife. She does, the make and takes, and she's like just really, she's a powerhouse. I don't know how else to say it. We don't know how she gets everything done. But when she puts her mind to something, she does it. And so that's why watching her story with her weight loss, with her business growing, with her paying off debt, with anything she puts her mind to, she does it, which is awesome. So just thank you for sharing that. And we're getting a lot of awesome comments, people coming in saying, what a testimony. Wow, talk about goals, you're inspiring them. They think you're amazing. So thank you for that. What are your goals with doTERRA? So I know you want to travel, pay off all your debt, lose half your body weight, all these other things that are like major. What are your goals specifically with doTERRA?
Well, you did mention one thing earlier. You asked how I get things done, and I do have a secret trick to that. I don't do everything, for one. I prioritize things very well, and it's a craft that took me a while to perfect. And so one thing I do is I always prioritize things in numerical order of priorities. So, and I always think too, what's my ROI? What's my return on investment on that?
Mm-hmm.
Is that an income producing step, or is that a busy work? And so I think a lot of times as moms, we do busy work and we think we're being productive, and we're not. We're doing busy work.
Mm.
So I have streamlined so many areas of my life, and I've shared that on my channel too. Everything from streamlining your laundry system, your meal planning, everything, because I can't do everything myself, and I can't do everything myself well, and I don't like to do things lower than a level 10. I want everything to be the best and feel the best and not be stressed and have joy. And so one thing I do is I prioritize things. So for example, when we work together, if there are tasks that need done, I prioritize them in income producing steps. So if we're going to create a, something that's going to drive great results, I'm going to put that as number one. And then if there's busy work, I put that at the end. And so I will make a daily to-do list, and it doesn't have to be fancy. It can just be pen and paper, and just quickly jot out 5 things. What's the top? What's going to be the best return on investment here in my time? Because as moms, we will burn out if we don't manage our times well. And so if we say, okay, we have the house to clean, dinner to make, laundry to do, well, they have to eat. Feed the people. Feed the people first and foremost.
They have to eat dinner every night. Yes, they do.
Eat every day. So, I always try to prioritize things from motherhood to business in top 5. And the number one being, what's the most important? And if you don't get to 4 and 5, that's okay. You really slammed out 1, 2, and 3. And so that is one trick to that. And so I do have huge goals with doTERRA, and I don't know what those look like right now. I'm really loving working with people one-on-one in person in my town, which is really ironic because I'm a media marketer online and I market online. But what I've found with the oils personally is you can do both, and you can do both well. But for me, I'm so passionate about the make and take parties or classes. I don't call them parties, but I'm so passionate about the classes because I really love the face-to-face, the one-on-one. We'll get rollers and make beautiful like blends, and we just talk oils and just get our hands dirty and oily and talk, and you get to know new people and make amazing friends. And that has been my joy. And so I have goals to just turn over every city that I can and help as many people as I can with oils, and show them how much oils have helped me and how much oils have helped my family and how we love them and how we've transformed our lives using them. And so ironically, my goals are not online. As strange as that sounds, I share maybe 2% of my oil journey on YouTube and Instagram. 2%. There's a whole other 98% that I'm living with the oils, and that's what is super fun about this, is anybody could do it in their communities. They could do it online like we do. We do oils online together, you and I. But in my personal life with oils, I just love sharing them face to face.
You're so good. You're so good. I just put up your Instagram for people who want to follow. So Instagram, find her at My Level 10 Life. And then also Erin is a rock star with YouTube, and you could find her at My Level 10 Life on YouTube. And she shares not just about oils, but like what she was saying, everything that she does. She just finished up a pantry challenge. She just does all these other cool things. So Erin is like, if you need inspiration for the day, you go there. And she's real and raw, and you just get what you get with Erin, which is what I always like about her. So I put up your YouTube, your Instagram, and yes, if you have any questions, please leave a comment here, or you can contact her through one of those channels. She's a rock star. She's, like I said, rocking in every area, and that's why I love the name you chose for it, My Level 10 Life, because she's the whole pie chart. She's working on it all. She's not just trying to get one area of her life. Really focusing on all. I think that's when you get the most results too. One area can't be awesome when the others are suffering. They all have to be worked on and looked at. So awesome. So go follow Erin. Also, Erin, one last question. So if someone here is listening, if they've never tried oils before, what would you say to them?
Oh, don't even waste another day not trying oils. They've changed my life. I was the one that got the beautiful big box of oils that sat there for a month because I didn't know what to do with them, and now I can't imagine a day without them. Just before this video, you know, I put some rose oil on. I love my oils, and couldn't imagine not using them now. They are just a total game changer.
Awesome. Erin, thank you so much for getting on and sharing. I know based on all these comments, people are inspired by you, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, bye. Everyone have a great day.